Welcome back. When I speak at the various IITs and IIMs, I'm often asked a question in terms of what are the big career trends that are likely to occur this upcoming decade. Now, I think this is a question not just important for millennials but for every professional in their 40s and 50s in terms of the big career trends that people need to ponder over this decade. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the 6 mega trends from a career point of view that I see happening in this decade. Before we get started, do subscribe to the channel and then I will talk about the 6 key mega trends. A typical career is likely to be along the following lines. A person starts with a 3-year stint in an e-commerce company, spends 3 more years at a consulting firm, decides to teach at a business school, decides to start his own startup after that, joins an FMCG company for 3 years, decides to work for the government, and then comes back to join an e-commerce company. Along the way, this person decides to pursue his creative interest. He starts a band and he plays gigs across the country. Some of the interesting nuances from this story are that careers are going to be non-linear. Gone are the days when people spend 10 years in one company or 10 years in one type of industry. Where the world is changing so fast and going to change every 2 to 3 years, people are going to have non-linear careers over this upcoming decade. Another trend that you will see as part of this theme is that people are going to have multiple careers. A primary career that essentially pays for the EMIs, and that is what your professional qualifications are for, and then there's going to be a secondary career which people do out of fulfilling their soul. Another nuance that is going to happen is the rise of freelancing. If you look at the United States over the last 3 years, 1 in 3 professional employees have undertaken freelancing, and with greater work from home and the nature of work we are going in, there's going to be a large emphasis on freelancing. What this means is everybody, including you and me, have to sell themselves harder, have to be better networked, and have to be better upskilled every day over this upcoming decade. You will see the rise of video marketing. You will see the rise of video marketing to making resumes. You will see the rise of video marketing to do interviews. You will see the rise of video marketing even to make client pitches. But if you were to simplify this entire complexity and put it down to 2 skill sets that are required to succeed in this upcoming decade, it's not going to be very different from what it was the earlier decade. One, being analytically strong to problem solve, and second, to get along with people and manage large teams. It is interesting to note that formalized education will no longer end with an MBA in the mid-20s, but will actually continue till a person's mid-50s. Most professionals over this upcoming decade are likely to have 3 to 4 short stints in a business school even after they have finished their MBA. The reason for that is the world is changing so fast and skills become obsolete every 2 to 3 years that people will constantly need to equip themselves every 2 to 3 years by visiting a business school. You are likely to see a huge barrage of academic qualifications and professional certifications for most professionals. Now, in terms of this education, needless to say, the method of delivery will be digital. But the focus of this education will be more in terms of right brain subjects like behavioral psychology, in terms of picking up multiple languages and business storytelling. Reading 52 books a year is no longer going to be a fad only amongst the CEOs, but will become fairly common across most management professionals. Now, to be honest, the pursuit of true calling or your purpose happens only in the movies. With the pace of change being so accelerated over this upcoming decade, it is fairly routine for professionals even in their 40s and 50s to not know what their purpose is or what their true calling is or what they want to do or what they like to do. The more pragmatic route people are going to take in this upcoming decade is to actually find out what they definitely do not like to do, reject it, and potentially try something else which they might not like to do. This behavior of not finding your true calling or your purpose well into your 40s and 50s is going to be the norm this decade, and most professionals will just find a way to live with it. Now, the previous decade was characterized by absolute risk taking. If you didn't like your job, you were encouraged to leave it and leave everything and pursue your own startup after that. If you were growing in a startup, it was encouraged that you take private equity capital and grow at all costs without looking at profitability. Now, over this upcoming decade, with the professional and entrepreneurial opportunity shrinking, the notion of risk taking is going to move from absolute to incremental. What that means is that people will no longer leave their steady job unless their startup has reached the minimum threshold size that can sustain them, or that they don't want to seek private equity capital to just grow irresponsibly, but they would like to retain control of their firm and grow sensibly, even if it means that they operate with a smaller scale. The 1990s and the 2000s were largely driven by professionals chasing money, and money was the single biggest employee buyer value when people chose jobs. Over the last decade, the buyer value shifted from money, with people started looking at the nature of work, if it was fulfilling enough for them. Fulfillment at work became the number one buyer value from an employee point of view. Over this decade, the number one employee buyer value is actually going to be work-life balance. With the incredible focus on mental health, physical health, and for most professionals to seek an identity outside work, it is only natural that work-life balance will be the single biggest driver when potential employees choose job and when regular employees lose jobs. As a result, you will see that a lot of employees will start embracing sabbaticals, which are going to be fairly frequent, and people are just likely to travel the world, sleep at home, or just pursue a creative interest. Over this upcoming decade, you're also likely to see a huge emphasis on financial independence. Not from chasing more money, but from saving more money. And the reason for that is the more you have financially, the better you will sleep at night. People might decide to pursue the FIRE syndrome, as they call it, financial independence, and retire early into their 40s, or pursue another interest well into their 70s or 80s. For example, a 105-year-old painter launching her first painting at 81. People are going to aggressively pursue financial independence, which means focus on leveraging financial advisors. You might also see a lot of people moving out from risky financial instruments and moving towards safer financial instruments so that they sleep better at night. In summary, some of these big mega trends over this upcoming decade are going to be drastically different from what we have seen over the last 2-3 decades. For professionals like you and I, it involves a little bit of mental tuning so that we are well equipped to face this decade. This is all I have to say in terms of the big career trends over this decade. Hope you liked it, and do let me know what you thought of the video in the comments below.